to GOP Productions. My name is Lady K, and today we have a wonderful insert for you with the great orator and poet. How are you, sir?
I'm very fine, sister. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Before we go any further, we need to know who are you and what you are about. So please let the viewers know what you are all about and who you are.
My name is Lenimo Munyoro.
Yes.
Well known as Great Orator, the poet. The founder of GOP Production.
Okay, tell me a little more about GOP Productions.
GOP Production is just an upcoming band. Great Orator, the poet, in the Mbira Super Sounds crew. It's a Mbira poetry band. Okay,
awesome. Now, Great Orator, tell me a little bit about your history. Where you grew up, what type of household you come from, and to where you are now.
I grew in the northern rural part of Zimbabwe. I'm in Zimbabwe. I discovered that I have this talent during my early primary school. That's where I started to make poems in form of text poems, audio poems. Then I staged up to the mixture of audios and the voices. Till right now I'm going to use Mbira.
Awesome, man. So tell me, there's so many things. I'm so fascinated with you right now because I want to know, as a primary school boy, you went to school, I'm sure you had other things you could do. You could do soccer, you could probably play any other sports and what so on. What really drew you to going into poetry and writing poetry and taking poetry as a love?
I love to become a poet because I had a talent and I have a talent.
And I'm sure you love reading also.
I really love.
Awesome, man. So tell me, Mr. Great Orator, why the Mbira and not a guitar and not a piano and not technology and other audios that you have?
I looked around looking for the better instrument that I can use so that I can draw the attention of the public. But I finally discovered that I have to use the old traditional instrument called the Mbira. Why? Because it produces sweet sounds. You can even when you play it, you can feel absolutely even if you are present. Can restore your soul. The Mbira itself is powerful, other than all other instruments.
Awesome. So you started writing poetry at what age?
When I was 15 years of age.
15 years old. Do you still remember the first ever poem that you've ever written?
Yes, I still remember.
What is it?
My first poem it was Achkurumar.
Achkurumar.
The biggest thing in the world is man.
So that's what the direct translation means?
Yes, exactly.
Do you still maybe remember the words of the poem?
Yes, I was describing about, I was expressing my feelings towards the man. Some people, they say man is a problem, what. But even if you can say that, you can't run away from the fact that we need man.
Yes.
So, man is ruling the world.
Awesome. And tell me, the Mbira, were you taught to play the Mbira or were you self-taught to play the Mbira? Because I know a lot of artists, they've got a love for a thing where they eventually self-teach themselves to play a certain instrument. So with you, were you taught or was it just you self-taught yourself to learn it?
One of my band guys taught me to play Mbira early 2019.
Okay, so you just started in 2020 now. So you started in 2019 to just learn the Mbira. How long did it take you in 2019? Was it like within a month you knew how to play the thing, or within 6 months? How long did it take you to physically be good at what you do?
To be honest, it took even more than 2 weeks.
You lie. Oh my gosh, I wish I could learn so fast. Yo, that is so awesome. So do you find it very easy to learn, or was it probably a passion that just drew you to learning this certain instrument?
Yeah, it's like if you need something, must have passion.
So Great Orator, tell me quickly, tell me about the type of poet that you are. You know, you get different dimensions of poetry and the type of poems that are done by people. But what do you specialize in?
I can't run away from the fact that I have a Christian background. So meaning to say, my poems, they are only anchored on educative poems, supportive and encouraging poems.
Okay, I understand.
Of course, you can find love in it or some entertainment.
Yes.
It's all depending on how you interpret them.
Yes, man, I love that. So tell me quickly, when you found the love of being a poet, who was your inspiration? Who inspired you to want to mix mbira with poetry?
My inspiration is made up of two things:
Okay.
talent, and I also followed down some famous artists. You know, there's a Zimbabwean artist called Thomas Mapfumu. He's a mbira player. We've also Nima Msasa group. This is Shona names.
Yes.
But those people, they play mbira very well, and I decided to follow their path. And I know if I follow those people, I will make it, and I already.
Okay, so another thing is the mbira. We know the mbira too. It is quite global. It is known in Europe. It is known in Africa also. But it is normally known to be an instrument where people sing along with. It's rare to find a poet with mbira. You know, you would find a poet with a piano. You would find a poet with a guitar. But how do we then sustain and make people want to listen to a poet with mbira? Because when I hear mbira, I just want to dance, you know? Yeah. So how do I then succumb and sit down and listen to a poet who is playing the mbira?
When those people started their way of doing music, there was a lot of challenges. And I myself am ready to face those challenges. But the only thing, we have to market our mbira poet so that everyone knows. So we are going to play it so people, they will be able to play and entertain them. And so it's finding love and all that, because we already have experience. We are ready to face those challenges. It seems as if you are introducing new things to the people, but using the common things.
Yes.
It's only the recipe is different, but using the common ingredients.
Yes. Awesome. And then another thing is, you spoke about you are wanting to release an album.
Yes, that's it.
There's such a big gap in the music industry, in the entertainment industry when it comes to poetry. There is a gap there for it. But how do we make sure that the gap is filled and consumers are going to go buy a CD or go into a music app and go listen to poetry? What angles are you tackling at? Because we know that at the moment, hip-hop is the reigning music in the whole world. So how do we put now poetry onto those levels?
I'm happy because there's a gap.
Yes.
And I'm the gap filler.
Yes.
Meaning to say, everything I'm going to do, I'm going to attract those people. Even I'm not going to take people from both sides.
Yes.
Those who are listening to piano right now, those who are listening to guitar, now this is the new things. You know, when you introduce new things in the world, people, they want to go there and see what is happening there. So now I'm the gate filler. I want to introduce these things so that people, they can have a new thing in the world, in their life. At the same time, educate them.
So how will you market this project? How will you market being a mbira player and being a poet? How will you market it to the world? What type of different marketing tools will you be using?
Like nowadays, we have internet.
Yes.
Social media. It's drawing people together, even if you are far away. So we are using the internet online. People, they can link us on our. We produce a lot of articles online. So we are doing marketing, even we're doing online marketing, newspapers, and some single tracks. Now we are looking for shows so that people, they know us.
Yes.
We didn't perform before, but now this is our time because we are just in.
So you are looking at having concerts and having shows and so on after this whole COVID thing washes over.
Yes, and because you are ready for that. You're already ready. Me and my crew, we are already ready for that.
Yes, man, I love that. So tell me quickly, great orator Nhem.
Yes.
We are in 2020 now, and whoever will be looking at this, it will be on the internet for years and years and so on. What is your time frame of inspirations? how do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, as the Mbira poet?
When I studied these things, I looked up and see 2025. I was looking myself and seeing on an apex level. So what is very important now, what I need to have to do, I just have to put on, pivot, then everything will be okay.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So one last question I want to know from you is, you have a band, which is called GOP, am I correct?
That's it.
Your band, it consists of how many members? And in the members, are you mixed genders or just one gender, which is males?
Currently, my band consists of 9 members.
Okay.
It's a mixed band.
Okay.
Because I consider the gender quality.
Yes, I love that. And what are your age ratios? Who's the youngest? How old is the youngest and how old is the oldest?
Okay, the youngest is a 20-year-old lady.
Okay.
And the oldest is 42 years.
Shem, there's not much of a big difference. Awesome, man. So just to touch on social issues in the country that you live in, which is South Africa. I just want to know from you, gender-based violence, what do you think of it, and what message would you give out to people and to upcoming artists that are boys and stuff regarding gender-based violence?
I encourage the upcoming artists, stop gender violence. You must consider women as everywhere. Whenever you do your things, you must consider the women. Stop drug abuse.
Yes.
If you want to be successful in your life, you must stay away from this.
Okay, so great orator. I'm sitting at home. There's a lady now sitting at home. There's a young guy sitting at home. There's a young older gentleman, what's so on, who's viewing this right now, and they're watching and they want to be part of this. They want to be part of your group. They want to play the mbiri. They want to learn poetry. They want to be a poet. How can they get hold of you? How can they say, okay, I'm getting hold of you and I want to be part of this? How available are you to the community?
We have our social platforms right now. On social media, we have on YouTube, GOP Production,
Yes.
That's our channel. Facebook page, Create Orator the Poet and the Mbira Super Sounds Crew. Instagram, Create Orator the Poet and the Mbira Super Sounds Crew as well.
Awesome.
Yes, they can link us there. We are mostly available 24 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
So before we go, are you going to perform something for us? Just a short little poem that you maybe love, so that they can just check out and see what you're all about.
Yes, the poem I'm going to give you a symbol is called coronavirus. You know, we're expressing our feelings toward the pandemic, COVID-19. The poem called a coronavirus. Coronavirus. You approached behind the scene of the global health giants. You broke drastically through the mini-boundary securities, without even the knowledge of the health excellence, aiming to conquer and venom the health of innocent souls. You broke the global health giants. After your ignorance of its health boundaries, guarded and mounted with highly qualified medical scientists who are seeming to be ready even for the possible coming health catastrophe. Is it you, coronavirus? How did you originate? Spreading vigorously, affecting the premature souls and crumbling their life into death pieces. After all, you eradicated the prosperity of all nations down the poverty slope. Are you sure, coronavirus? Are you sure, COVID-19? Imagine if you were 20. You transformed our source of hope and left us honest by the fact that you came to end the world. Locking down after shutting down all around the world, all in trying to minimize your velocity. Are you sure, COVID-19? This is just a small part of my poem called Coronavirus within the upcoming album.
Oh man, that was so beautiful. It is so touching. It so speaks to actually what is happening at this moment.
Yeah.
It was such an honor sitting here with you and talking about your journey through poetry and to where you are right now as a entertainer. So I wish you all the best for upcoming performances, and I wish that you just blow and become bigger than what you expected. So this is it. It was such an honor having the great orator and poet on GOP today. So we can't wait for the next person who's going to come through. So please stay tuned.